ladies and gentlemen, it's me, Hercules the Dandy Southern Chef, here to be your guide through the dark journey of the human soul that is Southern cuisine. Let me be the first to wish you a happy holiday. I mean, it's May, which contains the greatest holiday known to humans. No, I'm not talking about Thanksgiving, or even Yankee Christmas. I'm talking about the Kentucky Derby. It's proof that life is good and that humans were meant to have dominion over horses. Now, a lot of people know about the Kentucky Derby because it shows up so much in Hollywood movies, such as Seabiscuit, or its lesser spiritual successor, Secretariat, or its lesser spiritual successor, Gremlins 2. Now, many fine traditions come from the Kentucky Derby, like ladies wearing big old hats, and jockeys lying about how much they weigh, and of course, humans bending horses to their will. But I think the greatest tradition is that of the mint julep, or MJ as I call it. Now, here in the north, I haven't been able to get my hands on a decent mint julep, or even a bad mint julep. I went to Denny's the other day and they just refused to give me one. The lady looked at me like I was talking Klingon. Chow chow! Come on, Denny's, get it together. You're embarrassing yourself. Still, I'm gonna show y'all how to make a decent mint julep. We're gonna go ahead and start out with a glass. Perfect. Let's just go ahead and make sure it's julep worthy. Perfect. We're off to a great start. For starting with our mint julep, we're gonna need 4 main ingredients: bourbon, water, mint, and frozen water, which I hear some people call ice, which is just silly because it's just frozen water. You don't need to make it sound all French. So we're gonna go ahead and begin with our frozen water. Just gonna grab one right there. My little alligator pinchers. 1, 2, 3 times the Southern lady that's drinking lots of mint juleps, and add to it a pinch, just a pinch of mint. There we go. Just toss it on in there. Now we're gonna muddle the two together. Muddle, 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 muddle. Muddle, 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 muddle. There we go. Perfection. Muddled just right. Any more would be silly. Now then, the missing ingredient we got right here is bourbon. We're gonna need to pick ourselves out some good bourbon. So, bring out my bourbon! There you go! So, you're like a creepy cat. Just creeping around. Just set the bourbon down. So, even though you are a constant disappointment as my sous chef and assistant, it is the Kentucky Derby, so it's time for me to overlook all your many shortcomings, your limp dead hair that you hide underneath that Aerosmith bandana. I'm not gonna bring up the horrible posture you got. I'm not gonna make reference to the train wreck that is your fashion sense, or the fact that you're incapable of doing even the simplest of verbal tasks that I give you. And so instead I'm gonna give you your annual compliment. Sue, is that a new bandana? It looks like a bandana. It makes you look like you don't care what the world thinks of you, which some people will consider brave. So, good one, buddy. Alright, get out of here. You're just sort of bumming me out now. That's his one compliment for the year, so I hope he squirreled it away. Back to the situation at hand. Time for us to add our bourbon. Picking our bourbon is very important. The difference in brands of bourbon is as extreme as the difference in power between humans and the cowardly horses that carry them from here to there. You're gonna want to go ahead and pick my favorite, which is Old Wooden Barrel Hook Bourbon. Now, if you can't get your hands on a little bit of the Old Wood Barrel Hook, I'd suggest using one of the other major bourbons that I endorse, whether it's Hickory Hills Wood Cabin Bourbon or Oak Tree Oak Forest Bourbon. Either one will do in a pinch. So, we're just gonna go ahead and take it, added in to our already mixed frozen water and mint, the bourbon is absorbing the flavor of the mint and the coolness of the frozen water, while at the same time, the mint is being infused with the flavor of the bourbon and the coolness of the frozen water. While at the same time, the frozen water is just melting. It really doesn't get anything out of it. You will be missed, little friends. Now, the only thing we haven't used yet is our water. So go ahead and take it from its separate container and take 2 sips. Now, you're probably going to need to take 2 sips because you're probably hot and sweaty from having mixed up all this mint julep. Also, it's to remind us how awful it would be if all we had to drink was water. So, there we go. Our mint julep is hot to try. Now, I know some of you out there are thinking to yourself, why is Hercules making a drink on his cooking show? He just added 3 things together. How does that qualify as cooking? To which I must respond, you should really have a drink, audience member, because you are harshing my buzz right now. Alright? So until next time, this is Hercules the Dandy Southern Chef saying, I'll see you at the races. So come, sit by me. I don't bite. I'm not a horse. Yowza. That was the click. I heard the click in my head. Mild drinking problem. Or I'm a character in a Tennessee Williams novel. Play. See, there I go again. Stumbling all over my Tennessee Williams references. Maybe just another snort. A little snootful. Camptown ladies drink mint julep. Doo-da, doo-da. Camptown ladies smell like tulip. Oh, doo-da day. Gonna drink all night. Gonna subscribe! So, did we move the button? Is it over? Click anywhere at the top of the screen, really. You know what you should check out? You should check out the Sneezing Panda video. That's why I got onto YouTube, was to see if I could meet him. Though he's probably grown up now. Sunrise, sunset. Sunrise, sunset, boulevard, suns. I'm really into show tunes.